XtraTime.
নমস্কার দর্শক বন্ধুরা, XtraTime বাংলায় আপনাদের সকলকে স্বাগত। এই মুহূর্তে আমি রয়েছি ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের বাড়ির সামনে, মানে অবশ্যই ভাবছি ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের বাড়ি মানে কি, এই মুহূর্তে রয়েছি নভোটেলে, যেখানে রয়েছেন ইস্ট বেঙ্গল এফসির ফুটবলাররা, রয়েছেন কোচ স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইন, এবং কোচ স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইনের সাথেই কিন্তু আজকে বিশেষ আলাপ এই দুর্গা ষষ্ঠীর দিনে। মূলত দুটি বিষয় নিয়ে আমরা কিন্তু কথা বলবো, একটা হচ্ছে ইস্ট বেঙ্গল এবং একটা হচ্ছে টিম ইন্ডিয়াকে নিয়ে, ইন্ডিয়ান টিমকে নিয়ে কিন্তু আমরা কথা বলবো। প্রথমেই আসা যাক ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের কথায় যদি আসা যায়, এই টিমটা গত 2 বছর ধরে কিন্তু খুব একটা ভালো পারফর্ম করতে পারেননি, এবং তারই মাঝে যেভাবে স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইন এই টিমটাকে ধরে রেখেছেন, টিমটাকে তৈরি করেছেন এবং ডুরান্ট কাপে একটি আশাজনক পারফরমেন্স দিয়েছেন, তা নিয়ে কিন্তু স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইন বেশ আশাবাদী। এখানে একটি অত্যন্ত বড় বিষয় যে ইস্ট বেঙ্গল দলকে নিয়ে স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইন কি ভাবছেন, কারণ আগামী 7ই অক্টোবর কেরালা ব্লাস্টার্সের বিরুদ্ধে কঠিন ম্যাচ কিন্তু পড়বে ইস্ট বেঙ্গলের। তার আগে কি ভাবছেন স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইন, টিমকে নিয়ে কি ভাবছেন, রিজার্ভ দল থেকে কি খেলোয়াড়রা আসবেন, এইটা কিন্তু একটা বড় প্রশ্ন। সব মিলিয়ে সবকিছুর উত্তর দিলেন স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইন। কি বলছেন তিনি ইস্ট বেঙ্গল দলকে নিয়ে, প্রচুর প্রশ্ন রয়েছিল এবং সেগুলির উত্তর একে একে দিয়েছেন স্টিফেন। তো চলুন দেখে নিই ইস্ট বেঙ্গল দলটাকে নিয়ে স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইন কি বলছেন।
Durant Cup, despite not making the knockout stages, the last match which you won 4-3, do you think that was a good statement of intent going into the season that yes, you can play against the big teams, more established teams like
Well, it was a good result for sure. I mean, they were playing most of their players. But look, you have to understand, we played the Durand Cup with less than 2 weeks of preparation. Most of our foreigners were either not in condition or had just arrived. So it was a good performance. It showed character, it showed determination, and I think we're going to need a lot of both in this season. So yeah, it was.
Coach, how much are you satisfied with the preparation? Because you have already played 3 or 4 practice matches and day by day improvement. So how much are you satisfied with the preparation?
I'm never satisfied completely. So it's okay. I mean, as I said earlier, when you play friendly games, they are that, they're not. And Durand Cup for me was 4 friendly games. You know, I wasn't even trying to qualify from the group. It was not possible given we've had 2 weeks of training. We still hadn't for the first 11 days of the of our sessions. They were run sessions. They weren't anything based on tactics or positional. It was about getting fit. And we're still in that process. So if we'd have had more time and maybe we'd have taken it a bit more seriously. But if there's no benefit to winning the Durand Cup other than a trophy, that means nothing in terms of it's not going to be an AFC spot. The money that is on offer at the Durand Cup is not much. So it's a friendly game.
But are you thinking of putting any of the junior boys in the senior side, like Jason, TK, Shubham Chakraborty? They have played quite well in the first match we have seen in
Says who?
in the this thing, Calcutta League, Super 6.
No, I'm not going to say anything about that.
Coach, last 2 years the performance of East Bengal was not up to the mark. What is the primary target for this year Indian Super League?
What was the performance in the previous 18 years?
Yes.
You said the last 2 years. What was the performance of East Bengal in the last 18 years before that?
That 18 years they have played in the I League. In the ISL they have
And how many times?
finished bottom.
And how many times did they win it?
After 2023 they are not able to.
No.
They did not win an I League.
They have not won an I League.
National League or I League?
Neither.
Or
So it's been bad for 20 years, not 2 years. Yeah, am I right?
you are right. What is your primary target? Is to qualify them for knockouts?
We have just started a new team. We started 2 months behind everybody else.
Yes.
I think if we were to qualify, it would be a miracle.
Coach, you have seen the ISL shape up since its beginning.
beginning. So how do you see the tournament right now?
I think it's okay. I think we should have at least 12 teams. I think there should be promotion relegation. I think if we were to have 12 teams, you play home and away. That's 22 games, and then you split top 6, bottom 6. There's another 10 games, and you have 32 competitive games. So I understand the process with the AFC where we need to play 27 games that we get the AFC spot, but 4 meaningless games in the Durand Cup with some teams sending their reserves, some teams didn't even participate, that negates the objective. We need to have competitive football on a weekly basis. I think a big plus was shifting to weekends. Football is a weekend sport, generally. Okay, all over the world, games are played on, shall we say, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. And the move to do that was, for me, super. We need a bit more work. Maybe we, again, like I said, we need promotion relegation, and we need at least 12, if not 14 teams in the ISL if we want to start attracting younger players from abroad, and I think this will help in the development for Indian players. So.
Because you are playing the first match is away match, so you have to play in a packed stadium in Kerala.
Yeah.
So is that a kind of like, you would have preferred to play in home ground?
Of course I would prefer to play in Calcutta. It will be a packed stadium here as well. But the league says that we have to play home and away, so the first game is away. As I said, it will be a great atmosphere. They love their football down there. And I think their fans are very passionate. But we're going to go to win. We're not going there to lose. And that's the objective for every game. We will play every game to win. Will we win all the games? No. But the objective and the intent is always to win.
অবশ্যই স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইনের কথা যদি বলতে হয় তাহলে শুধু ইস্ট বেঙ্গল নয়, ইন্ডিয়ান টিমকে নিয়েও কিন্তু কথা বলতে হয়, কারণ দীর্ঘ সময় এই ইন্ডিয়ান টিমকে কিন্তু স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইন কোচিং করিয়েছেন এবং সাফল্য এনে দিয়েছেন। তাহলে প্রশ্নটা হলো, এবারের ইন্ডিয়া টিমের ফলাফল নিয়ে স্টিফেন কতটা চিন্তিত? আদৌ তিনি কি খবর রাখছেন ইন্ডিয়ান টিমের? সব কিছুর কিন্তু উত্তর দিয়েছেন স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইন। তিনি কিন্তু এটাও জানিয়েছেন যে তিনি যে ইন্ডিয়ান টিমকে কোচিং করেছেন তার সাথে বর্তমান ইন্ডিয়ান টিমের তফাৎটা কি। তো চলুন দেখিনি কি বলছেন হেড কোচ স্টিফেন কনস্ট্যান্টাইন।
You know the Indian football for 22-24 years back. What is there any positive development 1, 2, 3 in last 23 or 24 years you observing coaching for third phase?
I will say that the Indian player is probably one of the most coachable players I have ever coached, anywhere that I have been. They're like sponges. The more information you give them, the more they take. So you can imagine my shock when talking to a particular player who's played in the ISL for, let's say, quite a few years, tells me that the GPS, he never got any information about the GPS, what it does, how it's going to help him. They wear the GPS, but why are they wearing it? They don't know. And I'm like, the GPS does a number of things. First, it's about injury prevention. It measures the loads, so when the player gets here, we know he gets here, so the next training session, this player does that, the other player does that, because his load is different, so each load is different. So if you don't give that information to the players, how are you helping them? You are not helping them just because they wear the GPS. If they don't get that information and someone sits down and explains to them, this is where you should be, this is what we've done, this is what we're going to do, and if you don't spend time with the players, how are you going to help them? So we do this. We do a lot of other things as well that are going to help the players short, medium and long term, because that's what we do. We're teachers. We teach people how to play football. We don't save lives. We don't discover different things or medicines. Well, we're not police, we're not in the army. We teach people how to play football. So teaching means giving them information, getting the feedback from them. How do they understand? Did they understand? Where should you be in this position? Well, I should be there. Why should you be there? So when, why, how, and where. I ask these questions to the players all the time with the rest of the staff. We will give them as much information as they can handle, and hopefully that will transpire in the next few months, and we can produce a good team and be competitive in the league.
লেটেস্ট নিউজ আর এক্সক্লুসিভ ভিডিওর সঙ্গে আপডেট থাকতে এখনই সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেল। বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করতে ভুলবেন না যেন।